It's hot out there, but let's blow them off the line of scrimmage.
For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. And this is the Los Angeles Coliseum, for 30 years the home of the Los Angeles Rams. But in 1980, the Rams packed their bags and moved down the road to Anaheim. Today, the Coliseum's tenants are the Los Angeles Raiders, formerly that team from Oakland. They've changed cities, but they haven't changed their winning ways, as they enter today's game with the best record in the NFL. Before the '82 season began, the Coliseum was unfamiliar turf to most of the Raiders. But to one fellow in the silver and black, these hallowed grounds are home sweet home. For 4 years of college, Raider rookie Marcus Allen, number 32, toted the pigskin right here for the USC Trojans. He broke the NCAA rushing record and won a Heisman Trophy to boot. Now he's doing quite nicely in the NFL, along with another Heisman winner on the Raiders, quarterback Jim Plunkett. Already this season, Plunkett had guided the Raiders to their usual share of last-minute victories. And one more win today will make the Raiders the first NFL team to qualify for the playoffs. The Raiders' opponents, the Rams, are headed in a decidedly different direction. The Rams are 1-5 and just struggling for respectability. For many years, they had great success on the Coliseum floor. But today, they are weary visitors who are no longer the only local favorites. The success of the Raiders has cut into Rams' support, and despite the outer smiles, there is a burning rivalry underneath between these two clubs. If the Rams hope to spring an upset, they'll have to stop being their own worst enemies. 3 times this year, they've opened up big early leads, only to lose each time. Quarterback Vince Ferragamo, in for ailing Burt Jones, has been able to put points on the scoreboard. But the question remains, can the Ram defense make these points stand up for a win? So far this year, they have not been able to do so. It's the battle for bragging rights in Los Angeles and a little bit more. For the Rams, it's a chance to salvage some pride in a disappointing year. And for the Raiders, whose countenance hovers menacingly over the ex-tenants, this is an opportunity to clinch a playoff spot. From the City of the Angels, it's a fight for territorial imperative. The Rams and Raiders on the NFL Game of the Week. Although they've won but once, the Rams have been consistent in one area. They've gotten off to quick starts in nearly every game. This time was no exception as rookie Barry Redden, number 30, ran the opening kickoff back for a bundle. Redden's return totaled 85 yards, giving the Rams great field position. But in their initial efforts, they found getting a touchdown much more difficult. The Raiders kept him out for a while, but finally number 26, Wendell Tyler, vaulted in, and the Rams, as usual, took the early lead. The first score revealed the bubbling rivalry that is felt by both teams. The Rams wanted to show the Raiders they could stay with them and that they would not back down from a fight. Tempers flared, then cooled, but this natural dislike would be felt throughout the game. One way the Rams channeled their frustrations was through the defense. It's been a rough year for the Ram defensive 11, but in the first quarter, they were determined to show the Raiders they could stop them in a less than gentle fashion. Rams halted Marcus Allen and sacked Jim Plunkett twice in what they hoped would be just the beginning of things to come. Meanwhile, Vince Ferragamo was able to find available receivers like tight end Mike Barber, number 86. And then Tyler notched his second touchdown of the game when Vince spotted him free and clear in the secondary. The Rams now led 14-0 and threatened for more when they intercepted Plunkett on the Raiders' next series. Number 21, Nolan Cromwell, appeared to set the Rams up for another score. But all he did was inaugurate a ping-pong match of traded interceptions as the Raiders took the ball right back. Burgess Owens, number 44, who had saved a Raider win a few weeks before with a fourth-quarter interception against the Seattle Seahawks, came through this time as well. But then the Raiders kept the interception string going as Plunkett put up yet another opportunity for the Ram pass defenders. This time it was cornerback Rod Perry, number 49, who came down with the ball, stopping the Raiders as the first quarter ended. But finally in the second period, the silver and black began to roll. They came very close to scoring their first points when Plunkett spotted number 33, Kenny King, in the end zone. King just did miss, but the Raiders were close enough now to make their move. Plunkett found Cliff Branch, and the Coliseum's new tenants had their first touchdown of the game. Branch, number 21, has been doing this sort of thing for 11 years now and shows no sign of slowing up. Only 2 active receivers have more lifetime touchdowns than Branch, and only one Raider, the great Fred Biletnikoff, has caught more career passes. With Branch's touchdown, the score now stood at 14-7. The Raider defense up to now had been treated somewhat rudely by the Rams' offensive unit, so they decided to do something about it. Number 74, nose tackle Archie Reese, made the clarion call to get down to business. And because of the following defensive plays, most of the rest of the second period turned out to be uneventful for the Rams' attack. The Rams, who had been rolling, were suddenly stymied. But the Raiders weren't exactly setting the world on fire either. Marcus Allen continued to have his problems, and so did Plunkett, who threw his third interception of the half shortly thereafter. Cornerback Pat Thomas, number 27, made the theft at the 2-minute mark, giving the Rams another great chance for a score. And after a somewhat dormant stretch, the offense came back to life as Ferragamo was able to move the club with a series of timely pass completions. After a couple of Mike Barber catches, Ferragamo spotted wide receiver Preston Denard, number 88, on a corner pattern. With a feather-like touch and a Denard reach, the Rams got 7 more. Rams extended their advantage to 21-7 on a play that would have had the Coliseum rocking in days gone by. But now only scattered applause came for the Rams, who assured themselves of the halftime lead with this score. Undaunted, the Raiders tried for a score of their own in the closing seconds. Plunkett got his team within field goal range with a completion to Malcolm Barnwell, number 80. Barnwell quickly called timeout to allow kicker Chris Barr to try for a three-pointer. But from 53 yards out, it was just a little too far, and Barr's kick fell a little bit short as time expired. The Raiders still trailed 21-7, but their newfound followers had confidence they would rally in the second half. Eager to please, the Raiders would do just that with one of the most exciting acts of the 1982 season. No longer welcome in the Los Angeles Coliseum, their previous home field, the Rams had much more to worry about than a few disgruntled fans. Ray Malavasi's Rams had blown substantial first-half leads in 3 of their 5 losses, making the 21-7 Los Angeles lead seem not very secure as the second half got underway. The Raiders, on the other hand, had beaten Kansas City a week before in the final minute, so Jim Plunkett simply readied for another challenge. He began by scrambling for 10 yards on an important third down play. Then Plunkett went to the air. First, the Raiders quarterback found running back Greg Pruitt, number 34, on the left side for 23 yards. Then he hit tight end Todd Christensen, number 46, in the middle of the field for 15 more. The 12-play drive ended when rookie Marcus Allen slanted over right tackle from a yard out for his 7th rushing touchdown of the season, further increasing his AFC leading total. The Raiders had scored first in the second half, cutting the Rams' advantage to 21-14. On the Raiders' next possession, Plunkett came out firing. This 51-yard catch and run by Cliff Branch put the ball on the Rams' 25. But the Rams' defense stiffened and came up with a big play. Number 27, Pat Thomas, picked off Plunkett's hurried throw as the Rams refused to roll over. But they could not afford to rely on their defense the entire half. The offense would have to add to its 21-point first half, and that prospect seemed particularly likely against the Raiders' defensive unit that ranked near the bottom of the NFL in total defense. But the Raiders did not give in. Their defense responded to the challenge, shutting down the Rams as the third quarter marched on. Could tie the game with a touchdown, and as the fourth quarter began, it appeared that they would do just that. Plunkett hit Branch along the sideline for 35 yards to the Rams' 14-yard line. Marcus Allen then got 7 more on a quick hitter up the middle. But the Raiders had to settle for a Chris Barr field goal, and they now trailed 21-17. That would soon change, thanks to the efforts of Barr on the following kickoff. With the Rams deep, readying for the return, Barr squibbed a number just beyond the required 10 yards, and then jumped on the ball himself. It's the kind of play that sparks the team that is losing, and it did just that for the Raiders. Plunkett threw on first down, neatly avoiding the rush and hitting Kenny King, number 33, in the middle. The Raiders then turned to their running game, marching out a procession of backs, all of whom shredded the Rams' defense. First, number 34, Greg Pruitt, busted up the gut for 8 yards. Then it was Frank Hawkins, number 27, for 11 more, as the Raiders bulled their way inside the Rams' 5-yard line. On a 4th and goal from the 1, the Raiders decided to go for the touchdown and the lead. They got both, as Marcus Allen went over the top for his second touchdown. With 7 minutes remaining in the game, the Raiders now led 24-21. Needed to wake up and fast, but on their second play from scrimmage following Allen's touchdown, Vince Ferragamo fired a bullet right into the hands of Raiders linebacker Matt Millen, number 55. Three plays later, the Raiders had their second touchdown in less than 2 minutes. A Plunkett to Greg Pruitt score covering 6 yards. The Rams were caught in another nightmare. A 21-7 halftime lead had turned into a 30-21 deficit midway through period 4. Suddenly, as if by magic, the Rams began to solve the Raiders' troublesome defense, and they bounced back quickly. Wide receiver Preston Denard, number 88, found openings in the Raiders' secondary, and Ferragamo went to him twice as the Rams' offense came to life. On a critical 3rd and 10, Ferragamo was forced to scramble, and he exhibited mobility thought to be lacking as he escaped the rush and finally found Wendell Tyler alone for 19 yards and a crucial first down. A pass interference call gave the Rams the ball on the Raiders' 1-yard line. And from there, Ferragamo took it himself as the Rams closed the gap to 30-28. A wild fourth quarter had produced 16 Raiders points and 7 Rams points. And there were still over 4 minutes left to play in the game. The best was yet to come. After allowing scores on 3 consecutive Raiders possessions, the Rams defense reared its head and stopped the Raiders. The Rams would get the ball with 2 minutes remaining. All it would take for the win, it seemed, would be a field goal. Ferragamo immediately threw the ball again to number 88, Preston Denard. Denard's fancy footwork helped put the Rams into field goal range for Mike Lansford. From 26 yards out, with 1:38 seconds showing on the clock, Lansford split the uprights, and the Rams had come back, all the way back to take a 31-30 lead. The Raiders had one final opportunity to win. They would have to score against the Rams' defense that would be sky high. But Jim Plunkett remained calm, and he moved the ball down the field with short precision passes. With the Rams playing pass, Plunkett handed off to number 32, Marcus Allen, who picked up 14 yards. And more importantly, got out of bounds to stop the clock with 35 seconds remaining. The Raiders were on the Rams' 11-yard line. They were in field goal range, but time remained for a few more plays. Once again, they went to their sensational rookie, Marcus Allen. Allen's brilliant individual effort gave the Raiders a hard-fought 37-31 victory, their 6th in 7 games, as they remained atop the AFC standings. The 11-yard touchdown capped a sensational second half for Allen, whose 3 scores catapulted the Raiders to victory. It was the kind of performance that the Raiders rookie has been giving all season. Unfortunately for the Rams and Ray Malavasi, it was the kind of performance that they have been giving all year as well. For the 4th time in 7 games, the Rams lost after building a first-half lead of 2 touchdowns or more. It was their 6th loss of 1982, while the Raiders won their 6th and clinched a spot in the expanded NFL playoff structure. The final score, the Raiders 37, the Rams 31.